Hey, welcome. Today, we are diving into a topic that's way more than just a buzzword. It's a force that is actively reshaping our world as we speak: artificial intelligence. It's already shaping how we live and work, often in ways we don't even notice. So the real question isn't just what is AI, it's are we ready for what's coming? Let's get into it. Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to tackle it from four different angles. First, we'll look at how AI is already woven into our everyday lives. Then we'll zoom out to see its incredible potential for good. Of course, we have to talk about the risks, the very real dangers we need to watch out for. And finally, we'll look at a future where it's not about us versus AI, but us working with AI. All right, let's start with the here and now. Because the number one thing to get about AI is that this isn't some far-off concept from a movie. It is here, right now, and it's way more a part of your life than you probably think. So, when you hear the term AI, what pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's probably images from Hollywood, thinking robots, supercomputers trying to take over the world. But is that really what we're dealing with today? No, not even close. The reality is actually a lot more subtle, but honestly, it's just as revolutionary. AI is already part of your daily routine, humming along quietly in the background. I mean, just think about it. That perfect movie Netflix suggested you'd love, that's AI. It just looked at what millions of other people like you enjoyed and made a really smart bet. Or how about the way Google Maps magically finds a new route to dodge traffic? Yep, that's AI too. Even that little chatbot that helps you with an online order, you're using AI all the time.
But look, this is about so much more than just making our lives more convenient. AI is a seriously powerful force that is fundamentally rewriting the rules of work and what it even means to have a career.
And this is where you really see the two sides of the AI coin. On one hand, yeah, some jobs are being automated, especially the repetitive ones. But look at what's popping up on the other side. We're seeing the birth of entirely new professions, jobs like prompt engineer, who are basically AI whisperers, or AI trainers, and even data ethicists who make sure these systems are fair. I mean, who could have imagined these jobs 10 years ago? We're not just losing jobs, we're inventing brand new ways of working. So we know AI is shaking up the job market, but its potential goes so much bigger than that. We're talking about the very real possibility of solving some of the biggest, most complex challenges our species has ever faced. And I don't just mean making things a little bit better. The scale of what AI could do is just mind-boggling. It could be the key that finally unlocks solutions to some of our most urgent global crises. And this is where the promise of AI gets incredibly personal. I mean, just stop and think about this for a second. An AI that could analyze your medical data and spot cancer years before a single symptom shows up. This isn't just about efficiency in healthcare. This is about giving people more time, more hope, more life. And the list just goes on. What if every single child could have a personal AI tutor that learns exactly how they learn best? Or what if we could build climate models so powerful they help us avoid the worst outcomes of climate change? The big idea here is that AI could make intelligence itself a resource that's available to everyone, everywhere. Okay, so that's the dream, the utopian vision. But we absolutely have to be realistic about the other side of this. With this kind of incredible power comes enormous responsibility, and we have to face the very real dangers that AI brings to the table. And here's the fundamental risk. An AI is only as good as the data we feed it. If it learns from data that's biased or incomplete, it will make biased and incomplete decisions. It can end up building systems that are deeply, fundamentally unfair. Let's be specific here. If an AI learns from past hiring data, it might start to unfairly favor certain types of candidates over others. Then you've got the explosion of deep fakes and misinformation, which makes it harder and harder to tell what's even real anymore. And of course, with AI's ability to process massive amounts of data, our personal privacy is a huge concern. These aren't just things to worry about in the future, they're happening right now. So, what do we do? Well, the answer isn't to just slam on the brakes and stop everything. The answer is to get in the driver's seat and steer this thing with intention and with care. That means building AI that's transparent, that can explain its decisions, and that is designed from the ground up to be helpful and safe. And that brings us to, I think, the most important mental shift we need to make. What if the future isn't about the classic sci-fi story of us versus them? What if the real story, the better story, is about us with them? This slide right here, this is the heart of it. For so long, the phrase artificial intelligence came with this built-in fear of being replaced. But what if we start calling it augmented intelligence? That one simple word change flips the entire script. It's not about machines taking over our jobs. It's about machines making us better at our jobs. It's about making us more. And this table shows you exactly how that partnership works. We bring the stuff that makes us human, our empathy, our intuition, our creativity, our ethics. The AI brings what it's great at: incredible speed, pinpoint precision, and the ability to see patterns and data that we could never see on our own. You put those two together, and you don't just get a better machine or a smarter human. You get a combination that can do things neither one could ever do alone. Which leads us to maybe the most empowering idea of all. The future with AI isn't some fixed destination we're all hurtling towards. It's something we are all actively building, right now, with every choice we make about this technology. When you boil it all down, AI is a tool. It might be the most powerful tool humanity has ever created, but it's still a tool. And just like a hammer or a paintbrush, its impact isn't about the tool itself, it's about the person using it. So the real question isn't, what is AI going to do to us? The question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we going to build with it? Thanks so much for joining me.